Hello, Adrian Gonzalez here, currently a high school teacher at Delta Charter High School in Tracy, California. Also a class member for the Grand Canyon University Secondary Education Program for 2016 and 17. Looking forward to earning my credential and master's degree as well. For this video, the topic was dispositions that I believe I currently carry that would make me a good teacher. And I have a list here. Number one, first and foremost, I believe my life experience to date are one of the stronger points I have. I have a degree in computer information systems. I have a long career in the information technology arena. I've come to education about 3 years ago. I have been in the classroom for 2.5 years up to this point, and I'm finding that the classroom has been a very good fit for me. Why? I'm very comfortable around students. In my career, a lot of what I did was working with people, doing a lot of training and teaching and working with customers, what have you, and I bring a lot of that experience with me to the classroom. I tend to be a very diligent worker. I know people that are very naturally gifted in learning things. I myself spend lots of time studying. I'm very disciplined, and I bring those characteristics to the classroom with me when I'm teaching my students. I'm a very honest individual. My students see that from the beginning. I'm very open with them. I'm very honest with them at all times. I listen to them as intently as I possibly can. I treat my students as individuals who are learning and developing and are preparing for the big bad world, or the outside world, as they leave high school. And I take that, I won't say seriously, but I do really consider the fact that they look to adults to help them prepare for life after high school. And I bring a lot of the high school or the real life activity that I've already lived through and share that with them as best I can. I'm very realistic with my students. I do let them know that not everything is easy, but it's not always as difficult as it can be either, as long as we're prepared. So I come to class prepared every day. I make sure my students see that, and I make sure I impart on them how important it is to be prepared in anything they do, in the classroom and outside the classroom. I'm very patient with my students. I've probably learned more patience from being an athletic coach. I coach soccer, have for over 20 years. Absolutely love the sport. And with that, since I have such a passion for the game, it's very easy for me to coach it, very easy for me to teach it. The patience comes in just working with students or athletes that are at different levels, and those that are further ahead, you want to get others to catch up without holding back the ones that are ahead. That can be a challenge, but it's a challenge that I cherish, and I do it fairly well in both the classroom and on the field. I'm very down to earth. That kind of goes for me with the honesty aspect, and I keep it as realistic as I can for my students. And a lot of my students, they call me G or Mr. G, and they tell me, Mr. G, you're real. I just keep it realistic for them and understand that I'm a human being just like they are. I have a background. I was a kid. I grew up with certain things, and I try to show them that I've taken that background and become the person I am, and that they can be very good people when they graduate high school as well. I tend to be very positive, very encouraging. I'm always very professional. The professional aspect comes from my background in information technology. I believe it is important for students to be very professional in every aspect that they can, so that they're seeing in a positive manner and respected by others. I'm not perfect by any stretch. I think if there's one area I could learn to improve is kind of the personal relationship. I do understand that boundary of being a friend versus being friendly, and I constantly work on being that friendly person without being a friend, because I believe that if you're too much of a friend to a student, they tend to kind of abuse that, so to speak, and use it to their advantage, and I don't want that to happen. So I have plenty to work on. I have worked on. That's my son, 18 years old. Being a father to an 18-year-old has actually also helped me, and I have a 16-year-old daughter. Those two the grown-ups, as they are now, have also helped me become a better teacher, and being a teacher has helped me become a better father. So there we have it for now. I'm at my 5-minute limits. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.